Hi, this is Danny Doyle, and I'm coming at you with another 0% Growths playthrough. But this one, well, I don't know if playthrough is the right words for it. Because I am in the Tower of Valni. Yeah, so the basic premise of this playthrough is Tower of Valni with everyone at base. I started a new save file. I gave myself, where is it? Just to talk about how we got this set up. So I gave myself a Seth who I gave capped all of his stats, other than skill and luck, which I didn't bother with. And I loaded his inventory up with silver lances, and then I used FE Builder to put him next to the boss on all the kill boss maps. And, just cleared through the entirety of Erica route while recruiting everyone else and not having them get a single point of experience. So you'll see, for example, like, no experience. They are all at the level they would be when they join. And for the route maps, what I did is again, in FE Builder, I just deleted all the red units. They no longer existed. The route map clears on turn 1 immediately. So, yeah. I have a real Seth. I replaced Marissa with real Seth. That's why he has the Shamshir. Under the premise that I don't think I will ever use Marissa in a Zero Growths playthrough. But yeah, so everyone is as they are at base. And as far as the items I have, I wasn't allowed to go shopping, and I wasn't allowed to do any side objectives. So, for example, there's a guiding ring that I think his name's Pablo drops, and I'm allowed to have that, but I couldn't get, for example, the Orion's Bolt that is optional because it is a side objective. I just killed the villagers in FE Builder and then killed the boss with my teleported Seth. So yeah, that is sort of the premise. I only have the items in their starting inventory and access to the Preps shop, which just sells overpriced iron weapons. And I'm here to take on the tower, and I haven't played the Tower of Valni, I don't think ever all the way through, but I haven't even played it like even a little bit in a long time. So I thought I need help. I wanted to get help from somebody who knows the Tower of Valni, an expert, you could say. But I couldn't find one, so I got Jacob instead.
Well, I was going to make a joke about being a Tower of Valni expert myself, but because I'm the only one mad I'm the only one mad enough to have played this thing all the way through multiple times on end.
I thought that was the ruins. Is the tower actually fun to play?
I used to, whenever I was younger, after I got Leon on my save file, I would see like how few turns. I would try to like LTC Leon solo the tower. And see like what was the fewest, least amount of time and fewest number of turns it would take me to solo the tower with like my capped out Leon.
Oh, you know what I just realized? Because I was going to start playing while you were talking about Leon, because I feel like no one really cares about commentary about the first floor. I forgot to promote people.
I mean, is that
I didn't
really
even give
like that big of a
Ewan the
hindrance?
convoy. I didn't even give Ewan the guiding ring.
Oh right, you can't access the convoy because of Erica.
So my current goal is to try not needing to go to the shop.
Yeah.
And if I need to go to the shop, I will go to the shop. Like, I'm not going to not complete it. But I would very much like to just literally only use starting in item inventory and RNG drops.
Whatever drops and stuff you get.
And with that in mind, I think Hero Garrick is definitely what I want. I know that it used to be considered that, like, Hero Garrick versus Ranger Garrick was, like, close. I don't consider it close anymore. I don't think... Like, I think that it was sort of overestimated how close those options were, because they're kind of just, like, both... Like, I think you always want the hero combat, right?
Yeah. Ranger is... Because Ranger's only giving you a single point of extra move in Kanto.
And you don't get 1-2 range, and you get worse combat. Like, even ignoring 1-2 range, don't you have worse stats?
I
Generally than Hero?
I think they get about the same promo bonuses, but I think Hero just gets them in better places.
Yes. I think we just end
Praise
here.
Praise FE8 for letting you Kanto after promoting.
Because I know, like, so FE8 promotions are, like, notoriously super unbalanced despite being branching.
Yeah, they're very one-sided.
But I feel like people say that Garrick is one of the ones that's more divided, and I don't agree.
I think it's if you just really want bow utility, like if you just really want an easy way to like get rid of some flyers or whatever, I think it's valid, but Like if you just really want to grind up a Needhog user, go crazy.
I guess in oh, I wanted to equip the Steel Lance. This is a bit of a mistake. Wasting the Killer Lance. Okay, at least he pierced. Wait, what?
And it didn't say the use.
Oh,
these
my
guys
God.
have like 2 defense.
Fucking the zombies.
Like these guys have no stats.
That's rude.
Even
That's
in hard
so
mode,
rude
these
of
guys are
them.
garbage.
Well, this is hard mode. I should clarify. This isn't normal mode.
No, yeah, like that's what I mean. Like, look at this. This is hard mode. Look how weak these guys are.
I mean, or just how great Dusel is. How much of a Giga Chad he is.
To be fair, each of these floors are kind of balanced around being a certain level. So, like, this floor of the tower is very much balanced around your Chapter 9 squad.
And yet Dusel got dealt 7 damage, despite it being balanced around the Chapter 9 squad. Is he starting to fall off like a good Jagan?
Already.
SMH my head.
Slim Lance.
Fucking Slim Lance.
I love seeing the weapons these guys randomized to have.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, the enemies in the tower and the ruins are actually random. That'll be interesting. Oh, there's drops, right? Aren't there drops, like random drops? Oh,
some
lovely.
Have drops,
gold,
like
gold.
Have money. The ones you want to look out for are like the non-zombie enemies, because sometimes those will drop good weapons. Like there is a non-zero chance that there is a Bone Walker with an Iron Lance and a Rune Sword in this map, and he'll appear up in the top left. So if you try to kill him quickly, he'll drop the Rune Sword, and it's like the easiest way to get a Rune Sword.
Well, I'm not going to RNG manipulate for any things.
Yeah.
But I didn't get the Rune Sword, unfortunately.
Yeah, the way the
Sad.
randomness kind of works is all of these tiles have a specific set of enemy types that could appear. So, like, each of these revenants has like a % chance to be a Bone Walker or a % chance to be a zombie. And then once it makes a Bone Walker appear, it generates a weapon in its inventory.
So it looks like they're mostly Revenants. Is it like, if it chooses Revenant, they all become Revenants, or are they each individually rolled?
I believe they're all each individually rolled, but I think in this map in particular, it's like a really high chance to roll Revenant. Like sometimes it'll be like 80 or 20% to roll different enemy types. It actually does this a lot throughout FE8. Like even in the final chapter, the 3 whites that appear above Leon are generated every single turn.
You mean Walter, Skylar, and Walt Jr.? The 3 whites? I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
I've never even seen that show, but I do get the joke.
It's a good show, you should watch it. It's, I know it's probably fucking cliche to say, but it's one of the greatest television shows of all time.
That's what I've been hearing, but there has to be a reason for it, so I'll believe you.
Yeah, no, it's really, really good. I personally, and I guess we can debate this in the comments, I think Better Call Saul is better. I think it's the better show.
So you Better Call Saul better?
Yeah, Better Call Saul better. Better Call Saul. Better. Call Saul, but better.
Oh, I decided to look it up just for funsies. I pulled it up in FE Builder, and all these Revenants have an 82% chance of being Revenants.
Oh, you can see that in FE Builder?
Yep.
Can you adjust it?
I believe you can.
Actually, you must be able to, because there's an LTC. So there's a Sacred Stones LTC.
Oh, you can actually.
I forget who did it, but I will link it in the description of this video. There's an LTC that includes the tower and the ruins before beating the game. And what ended up happening was Inez was actually the route's hard carry. Because what the guy would do is rig all of the enemies in the Lagdao ruins to randomize into, if they had the ability to, randomize into being a Bone Walker with a longbow, so that he could route faster by having Inez kill them 1 tile closer than anyone else would need to. Like, it allowed Inez to have effectively more range, because when dealing with route maps, in an LTC context, what you want is a unit who can be in a position where they are in range of as many enemies as possible. Because the difficulty in planning a route map isn't figuring out how to kill all of the enemies. It's figuring out how to have as many enemies as possible kill themselves on the same unit.
Yes.
Because you can only be in one place at a time. So, like, something that came up for me and was actually made the planning of my free play route very interesting is, like, okay, I've got 4 or 5 units who can kill everything on the map on enemy phase. Where do I put them so that the maximum number of chumps kill themselves? And I imagine that is the same thing that happens with lagged out routing. And so, what are we gonna get? What do we get? Wait, that shouldn't happen.
I've been lied to.
Wait, that shouldn't happen.
We're not allowed to self-improve.
We'll be right back. I gotta fix that shit. Alright, so I fixed the problem of 0 growth, but it's created a new problem. Seth is now Marissa.
I don't see any problems here. I just see Marissa.
Guys, Marissa's good. You just have to reclass her into Seth.
You have to use a Sethan seal.
A Sethan seal? No, but this is functionally Seth. She has Seth's stats, she has Seth's stats class, she has Seth's inability to use the Shamshir. This is Seth. But because of the way that I fixed 0 growths, or my accidental failure to implement 0 growths, the way that I fixed it has reverted Seth into Marissa. Because, like I said, I replaced Seth with Marissa. Is this one gonna be still listed as Seth? I think probably, right? Where is he?
I would imagine so.
Yeah, he's still listed as the Uber Seth.
I see this as an improvement. Now we get to see Marissa.
Let's go ahead and promote some units while we're, like, at it.
In preps.
Ephraim's stats might seem a little bit better than they normally are. That's because he gets the auto levels, because I went Erica route. Which is nice for him, I guess.
I've never seen Ephraim auto level. This will be funny. He's usually above the auto leveling cap for me whenever I do the route
you
split.
go Erica route, even though he only gets 5x to train.
Yep.
Do you just only train him on 5x?
I feed him most of the EXP in 5x, and he gets quite a bit of kills in 8 too, because I pretty much solo that entire bottom part with him, and like the entire left side. I've gotten to the point where I just don't even send anyone to the left side to go help him, Kyle, and Ford. I just like trio that part and just send everyone else up.
Oh, of 8, yeah.
I may have said 9 by accident.
No, I think you said 8, but for some reason my brain said Scorched Sands. Because he's on the bottom left part of Scorched Sands as well.
Oh, that's true. Druid Null? Oh.
No. The answer to the question is in between the K and LL of his name. So yeah, I think those are the only promotion items you get, like, mandatorily. One that arrives in... Oh, well, no, you get Cormax as well, and we'll do that. We'll do all this.
Yeah, because you get a Knight's Crest from Murray, you get the Elysian Whip on Cormag, you get the Hero's Crest on Garrick.
And you get the Guiding Ring from Pablo.
Oh, Guiding Ring from Pablo, that's right.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember where you get that Guiding Ring from.
I thought about locking you to only the items in your inventory, but I decided to make it mandatory items, not even because I like Summoner Null. I do like Summoner Null, and I think he'll be a big deal in this map, or this playthrough, but because I don't know how I'm going to deal with the high-level monsters if I don't have access to the Sacred Weapons.
Yeah.
And Sacred Weapons are not in anyone's starting inventory. Oh, also, the 660 gold is from selling the Silver Lances I gave Imposter Seth. So,
Painted.
if I do end up having to go to the ripoff shop, I will treat myself as if 660 is 0, and I'll never buy down to below that number. It is the amount of gold that you get forced in the campaign is 30k. You get more than that if you do side objectives and stuff, but the amount that you get forced is 30k. So I'm treating that as the only amount of money I have for the tower. The idea is, what if you just started a new save file, you get everyone from the campaign, but you just do the tower. And I think that I actually have a different strategy than last time. I want to train Dusel to get Garm. And so I think I have Dusel solo the map with an Iron Axe.
I think that's fair.
I think that Dusel Garm is something that is reasonable to get. Oh, we so few axes, too.
The battle axe might be fine to use here, because I find the battle axe is too inaccurate to do very much with.
Wouldn't I rather have the Iron Axe? Because does that battle axe give more weapon experience, or do they all give the same amount?
I think steel is the only one that gives more.
Well, I don't have a steel. These are all of my items, but I want to get Garm. I think Garm is the weapon that Dusel wants.
Use the iron first, but I think like the battle axe, or I guess maybe, the hatchet you want to save for once you range.
The hatchet and hand axe, considering that even if I do use the shop, they're the only ones I'm allowed to have, I want to save. So I think iron axe to grind as much weapon rank as possible, to hopefully get Garm, because this map is basically free.
Yeah.
So we'll just do that.
Oh, hey, it means our monsters probably different. Oh wait, if you loaded a save state, they'll be the same.
Yeah, so to clarify, you cannot save in the tower, so I will be making a save state at the start of each floor. The reason I'm doing the start of each floor instead of the end of each floor is so that I can't RNG manipulate for better monsters. We're stuck with the monsters and drops that we get is the way that I want to approach this.
I like that.
So I will be using save states because I'm treating each floor as if it's a map, and I want to be able to save in between them. But I'm not going to use save states like on the map. It's basically to replace the fact that you can't save in the tower, which I understand why they don't let you save in the tower. It's a grinding spot. It's functionally supposed to be all one map. But since the tower is the campaign for this particular playthrough, I'm not going to be treating this playthrough like it's a 0% growth Iron Man. Although, I would love to do a 0 growth Iron Man at some point.
Oh, that sounds really wacky.
Yeah, probably like FE7 would be the best one to do that for, just because it feels the most 0 growth friendly. Although FE1, no, it's too reliant on the it's way too reliant on the stat boosters like sunk cost.
Yeah. Because the stat boosters are so good.
I mean, maybe 11, because it wouldn't be that different from a vanilla 11 Iron Man in that you have linchpin units that if they die, the run dies. Because that's the thing about, like, a 0 growth Iron Man is, like, a lot of 0 growth games have, or a lot of 0 growth playthroughs have a specific unit who is your hard carry, who you invest everything you can into. And, their death is functionally a game over. You know, like, think...
Like, imagine FE9 Iron Man 0%, but, like, Tanith dies, or...
Yeah, or Shursh in my Awakening playthrough. Shursh was the playthrough.
So, it's interesting, but you have to make sure you do it. I think I've only seen one 0% Iron Man, and it was also FE7. But then again, FE7 feels like it's, like, the most balanced around the idea of like having pre-promotes that join and can carry you if your units suck.
Yes, yeah.
Whereas something like FE6, whereas something in FE6, you do get decent pre-promotes, but they're not going to carry you as hard as like an FE7 pre-promote is.
FE6 is also just like a hard game to Iron Man even in vanilla because of how many like ambush spawns or gotcha moments there are, like.
Well, there's so many ambush spawns.
Fog of War wyverns in the desert is a moment that's like a, ha, we gotcha. Or There's 2 bosses that have killer axes, and one of them is a berserker, and you can cheese them both by forcing them to switch into hand axes, but I do think that that's still like a...
You have to do a whole bunch of dropping around that.
Yep.
You have to like attack, rescue, drop, and make sure his thing stays equipped.
Recruiting Rutger is another one where it's like something can just go wrong.
FE11 would also be interesting because you get the replacement units.
True. And in like Zero Growth's fashion, the replacement units might actually be like when I eventually Zero Growth's FE11, I'm gonna ban the replacement units because it feels like you know, you just kill off your units in order to have growths functionally. But in an Iron Man setting, I wouldn't do that because I can't control getting replacement units.
That would be pretty interesting, like just strategically killing off certain replacement units so you can get better ones later, because it goes off of like the average of all your levels.
Mm-hmm. I know Excelblum did that at one point, but then like he kind of just embraced killing everyone instead of strategically killing people. Like I think the initial idea was just to kill people when they drag down your average level, but then like he got one good one who he intended to keep, accidentally got them killed, and then just decided to lean in and kill everyone at the end of every map, regardless of how good they were.
Lost the one he loved most, then decided to just let everyone else go too.
I don't know that Excelblum loves any of his units. I think that he kills all of them. I think that he loves them all equally, which is to say not at all.
I wonder how much Axe rank we ended up getting out of this.
We'll find out. We'll find out, I guess. Probably not nearly enough. But I figured that this is a very free map anyway. I think it is probably optimal to just have Dusel Axe as much as possible here in order to try to get Garm on him. The other option was to try to get out Homa on Garrick, but I think he's farther away, right? Or does he have A as a hero?
He has C-Swords at base.
Yeah, so he's farther away.
He gets a little bit of rank on promo, but I think it sets him to like somewhere just under B.
Vidofnir or at Homa Seth would also have been an option.
Very true.
All right, that's floor 1, an incredibly scuffed floor 1, but that's floor 1. Join us next time for floor 2. Bye-bye.